After a certain amount of time at William Morris, I realized I had come in thinking about lots of promises, and then when I got there, I realized it was, you could be there forever. There was, the management was quite old. So I thought I had gotten out of that job. And I did have a feeling at that age, in your 20s, I try to say this to people today, but there's a different expectation, that you were on scholarship. You were there to learn, and you were going to work the rest of your life, and you put in your time, and you learn. So I was looking for a job. I was in the process of making up my resume, and my boss at William Morris was a guy named Neil Pilson. And Neil was head of business affairs, and Neil had a similar experience to me. He came in, was sort of promised to be really a big part of the company, the future of the company, found out that that wasn't the case. And he was looking for a job. So he came back one day and he told me that he had two offers. A job at HBO, which would be sort of the creative job of creating original programming, which we called special programming back then. And he was offered head of business affairs at CBS Sports. And he said to me, the HBO job is too much programming. Neil saw himself as a lawyer, went to CBS Sports, became head of CBS Sports, and he's one of the, now after years at CBS, he's one of the leading consultants in the sports arena and quoted quite often in sports stories. And he said that to me, and I literally turned around. I said, who'd you speak to at HBO? I said, Austin first. I turned around. Neil was on one end of the hall. I was on the other. I walked to my office, and I called up Austin. And I said, I hear you have a talent hunt on. Why don't I save you some time and money? And I didn't know Austin at all, but what I said was right in his wheelhouse, because he was a terrifically aggressive guy. And he wanted to build a Marine Corps of aggressive people. And I said to myself, listen, you've never done any programming, so don't go over there. Take a couple days to think of some ideas so that when you go over, you can talk about programming. And he said, why don't you come over right now? I said, okay. It just came out of my mouth. So on the way over, I'm saying to myself, whoa, what's going on here? Anyway, we hit it off great. It was the greatest of times. He was a brilliant guy. I succeeded him.